everyone. Welcome to BizChicks TV. This is the place where you can find tips and tools to help you do business better. We're here to help you run a profitable business that's fun to run and to take the hassle out of your hustle. And I am here with my friend and colleague, Miss Robin Shimizu. I just realized that everything is not on Do Not Disturb, so let me make that happen. Robin's here all the way from Sacramento, California, and we are so happy to have her. She always helps us with our healthy habits. I also want to give a shout out to my partner, Miss Francine Gregory, real estate entrepreneur and tech diva. And I want you to know that we have a special guest that Robin will be introducing shortly. But before that, Robin, what you got for us today?
Well, good morning, Terralina.
Good morning.
It's 2025 and
Yes, Happy New Year.
time for what do people do on New Year's? They make resolutions, right?
Okay.
But not with BizChicks.
No.
So we've been talking about this for like 2-3 years now about how we don't make New Year's resolutions, and we just wanted to remind people about the difference between a happy, healthy habit and a resolution.
Correct. There you go.
So I've been looking at the internet real quickly, and I found just a real short article by the psychologist from Forbes magazine, Mark Travers. He's a PhD psychologist. And he says, he explains why new habits work better than New Year's resolutions.
Okay.
It's a really short little article. And he says that, first of all, goals, when we make a big goal, they're too lofty, and habits are more bite-sized. And so it's better to just make
I hadn't thought of it that way, Robin.
So he says, instead of chasing an arbitrary weight loss goal, consider adopting a habit of doing light 20-minute workouts every other day for the first 3 months of the year, choosing something that's sustainable and effective.
I'm all about walking. I think we should just take a walk every day, whether it's indoors or outdoors. And something, it doesn't cost any extra equipment, whatever you got, whatever you're walking in now, you can walk.
Yeah. And in Forbes magazine, they also have this crazy chart about top New Year's resolutions for 2024. Now this was last year, right? But the top ones were improve fitness at 48%, improve finances at 38%, improve mental health at 36%, lose weight 34%, and improve your diet by 32%. Those are huge, lofty goals, right?
Yes.
So, and then the next chart says, and how long did these resolutions last? 19% was 1 month, 8% was 1 month, 22% was 2 months, 22% was 3 months, and then it goes down from there. So 3 months is a New Year's resolution as compared to adopting a small healthy habit. Yeah. And then the second thing he says that goals take superhuman effort, and habits are automatic.
I like that. Because once you form it, you're just in a routine.
Exactly. And so what he was saying on this it goes, habits are important because they can be activated automatically without conscious thought. And the default is to go back into that habit. So he says there's a study that says that habits form nearly 40% of our daily behavior. So we go around every day and 40% of what we do is a habit. It's not anything else but a habit.
Okay.
And so he's saying, we just have to, for instance, instead of So you take away the friction of whatever things that you want to change. So he says useful tip would be to cultivate shared desired habits is to reduce the friction between yourself and the behavior that you want. Friction refers to minor obstacles that stand in our way. For instance, instead of relying on our self-control about a healthier diet, simply throw out those snacks and don't buy them.
Oh,
You remove the friction, you remove the trigger for your unhealthy habit. So that's about it. I just wanted to remind people that, tune in every week. So we're going to give you a new healthy habit to practice for the week.
yes. And remember, I just want to say this. You don't have to adopt a lot of new habits. If your old habits are working for you, maintain that. Um, but our guest is in the studio. So would you please introduce her?
Okay. Without ado. Okay. Lynnis Woods-Mullins. She's one of our favorite coaches. Oh, I wanted to after this, I want to go over our habits for the New Year's too. After I
Okay.
introduce Lynnis real quickly. Okay, so Lynnis Woods-Mullins is a certified holistic living and wellness expert, author, podcast host, and the founder of Praise Works Health and Wellness. Her company is dedicated to educating women over 40 on wellness. With over 16 years of experience, Lynnis has empowered women through coaching programs, ebooks, webinars, podcasts, and special events. She created a vibrant Facebook group of over 25,000 women, a subscription program, and empowering events. Lynnis is co-author of Power Up Superwoman and publisher of Wellness Women 40 and Beyond e-magazine. Her podcast, VIBE, Living Podcast, Vibe, is in the top 10% globally of all podcasts, and she has a social media following of over 100,000 people. An influencer and social media strategist, Lynnis has certifications in nutrition, life coaching, gut health, aromatherapy, yoga, Pilates, and the list goes on. International and national recognition for her contributions to women wellness over 40. She is married and she has 4 beautiful daughters and she has 6 grandchildren. And I think she has one on the way. So she's going to have 7 grandchildren pretty soon. With that, our busy woman, our super coach, Lynnis Woods-Mullins, is with us today. So we're very excited to have her on the first day of the year for us.
Yes. I'm going to bring her to the stage. Is that okay?
Yes,
Great.
yes.
All righty. Good morning, Lynnis.
Yay!
Good morning. Happy 2025. So funny, you guys. It's already starting out with these little weird things happening. I said, you know what? I'm going to get on 15 minutes early and I'm going to send them my links and what's going on and everything else. And I'm
Yes.
typing and printing stuff and just sitting. And then something made me go and look to the upper left-hand corner and said recorded 45 minutes ago. I was like, this is a used link? Wait. I don't know where I got that from. I have no idea. But you send links to all the places that I communicate with. So thank you for that, Robin. You do a great job with that. So I'm glad to be with you. See, the little gremlins didn't get me yet. We're still
I'm so glad you found us.
Yes. So happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year.
It's
Happy
great
New
to be here. And a couple updates real quickly. Vibe Living Podcast is up for an award.
Wow.
Yeah, for a wellness podcast by Listen Notes. We'll see, but as I say, it's an honor to be nominated.
Yes.
We are now in the upper 8% of podcasts, not just wellness podcasts, but podcasts in the world.
All right.
And
Well,
this is the thing that I think got me nominated. This year, in 2024, we had 25,000 downloads for the show, which is not like, 100,000 like Rachel Maddow or somebody, but
please.
still, I'm a small podcaster. I'm not
This is
affiliated
phenomenal.
with a network. So really excited about that. And combined social media is almost 200,000. We grew a lot last year. We grew a lot. Yeah. And I'm not quite sure what it is, except to say that I think women over 40 are beginning to realize that if they don't start taking better care of themselves, all the things that are going on around us are going to take us out.
Yes.
So my theme that I'm going to be talking about all through this year is going to be make yourself a high priority. Not just a priority, but a high priority.
Yes.
And there's so many reasons why we should do that. I don't think that, I think many of the things I talk about, a lot of women already know. It's just that sometimes we need to be reminded, or maybe motivated to move forward and to take better care of ourselves and to do the things that we know work for us. And you're absolutely right about if it works for you, you don't have to fix it. All you want to do is maintain it. And maybe you might want to enhance it a little bit, but consistency is key. But first, just like I just got through listing some of the good stuff that happened for me in 2025, first, before you begin your whole thing of what you got to do in 2025, well, get that done, boom, 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 celebrate what you did do. Celebrate the milestones and the achievements and the things that you did do. Sometimes we focus so much on what we need to do that we don't focus enough on what we
what we accomplished.
Yes. So what I did is an example, and it's not bragging. I think that it's a couple of things. First of all, you need to hear it yourself. Wow, I did that. Also, you want to put that positive energy out in the air, just putting it out there. These are the wonderful things that have happened. And hopefully by sharing your successes and the things that have happened for you that were positive, then maybe that might motivate someone else to do the same thing. So there's nothing wrong with that. I think it's wonderful to be able to share. But I have some other holistic benefits in terms of
before you move on, Lynnis, can I say this?
Yeah.
I think a lot of times when people are caregivers, they do not give themselves credit for having made it through the year.
You're so right.
I think I just want to celebrate that.
Yes.
Because sometimes we put our life on hold to help others, and we don't consider that as an achievement. Give yourself some credit for that.
I'm so glad
in the same vein, make sure that you are a priority, because if you're not a priority, you can't help others.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to stop and celebrate that.
Celebrate the caregivers, and I'm so glad.
We don't put that on the list as an achievement. You know what I mean?
Yes, and I'm so glad you mentioned that, because for the age that many of us are, we are now assuming roles as caregivers in many cases, if our spouses, our siblings, our parents. And you're right, we do need to celebrate that. And I'll tell you a story about the reason why self-care is so important, especially for caregivers. My godmother had been sick off and on for about 5 years. And at one point she was bedridden, and her husband took the best care. He was retired by that time. So he had the time to do it, but he was fastidious with the care, and she got better. So much to the point where she was, mobile again, assuming most of her daily activities. And one of the things she loved to do was to cook breakfast for the both of them, so they could sit in front of the TV and eat breakfast and watch the news. So she's cooking breakfast, and she brings it up to Uncle Rick and sets it down. And, he's looking at his newspaper, and she was saying something. He didn't answer. So she looked at him, and he was gone. He was dead. The reason why, he did not take good care of himself. He missed a lot of doctor's appointments. He had a heart condition that he wasn't taking care of. He just didn't take care of himself. He poured all of his love and energy into her. She got better, and he passed on. So you want to, as a caregiver, look at it this way. You're taking good care of yourself, not because of a selfish act, but so you can continue to take good care of everyone else. And that's true for everybody else who's over 40. Make sure. Over 50 in particular. This year, as I am moving forward with my plans with the podcast, the website, the group on Facebook, I'm going to be talking more and more and more about what needs to happen for women over 50. There's a big difference between the 40-somethings, who I love You got me started in this business. I will always talk to you. But the 50 somethings, it's a whole nother ball game. And let's not even go there with the 60 somethings, okay? That's another ball game, That's like you got your Pop Warner League, which is the 40s, you got your Little League, which is the 50s, and you got the Major League when you get to the 60s in terms of the things you need to be doing to stay active and take care of yourself. I haven't had any healthcare challenges really, but I did decide to take care of something that hasn't really been bugging me, but I could see that maybe it might become an issue later. And that's one of the number one things I want to talk about today when it comes to your self-care. Before you even begin to think, okay, what do I need to do? Make sure you check in with yourself. Just check in. Get still for a minute and just see how it feels to be still. What is your body telling you? For me, when I would sit still, my body was telling me there's this little gurgling going on in your tummy. What is that? You have it all the time. And you talk about gut health, you take your probiotic, your prebiotic, and all those things. What's really going on? So I did something that I hadn't done, that I was overdue for. I went ahead and had get my colon tested, my colonoscopy. And thankfully, it was fine. The gurgling was that I just needed a really good detox. And after that, that went away. But I didn't really allow myself to feel it because I'm moving here, doing this, all that kind of stuff until I stopped. And that's what I discovered. So I encourage all of you to stop for a minute, get silent. I mean, you can get silent for like 5 minutes and just check in with yourself from the top of your head all the way to the soles of your feet. Seriously. And let your body talk to you. Listen. And then, what I would do when I hear certain things or feel certain things, I just ask the Holy Spirit, because I'm a Christian. I ask the Holy Spirit, what is it that you're trying to tell me? What is it that I need to know? And then act on it. Call your doctor. Make an appointment. Call your holistic, your nutritionist, your coach, whoever it is that helps to take care of you. Call your team and make an appointment and get on top of that. Because by the time you get into your late 60s and 70s, whatever those things were that have been kind of bugging you, but you really didn't check out in the 50s, man, they mushroom into this beautiful bouquet of health issues. So you want to make sure that you stay on top of that. And then there's a couple other things I want to talk about in terms of why you want to make self-care a priority. Many times if you're making self-care, regular self-care, you're eating, you're exercising, you're doing the stress reduction, it can help to improve your hormonal balance. When you're just doing regular self-care, it's amazing how your progesterone and your estrogen can really maybe stay in balance or maybe not be as imbalanced, because that's something that we're going to struggle with for the rest of our lives. I know they just talk about menopause, but the reality is you struggle with your hormonal levels going up and down as much for the rest of your lives. So one of the things you can do from a self-care perspective, and one of the reasons why it's beneficial, is that it can help to improve your hormonal balance. Prioritizing your self-care can help with your enhanced mental clarity. If you're doing things like mindful practices like meditation, maybe journaling, yoga to reduce stress, or just getting quiet, can help enhance your mental clarity. Also, if you are placing your self-care as a priority, you can have better gut health, because the stress reduction through your other self-care practices helps with better gut health. You can also have increased energy levels. If you're making sure that you're eating healthy and you're incorporating rest, because this is part of your self-care plan, then you're going to have an increased energy level. Also, if you're consistent with your self-care routine, whatever that is, more than likely it's going to support your skin health. And that skin health is really important because it is the first line of defense. And as we get older, I'm not just talking about the skin on our face, but the skin on our body. Don't neglect the skin on your buttocks and your thighs and things like that. And I'll tell you why. You want to take good care of your skin in those areas, because if you happen to have a situation where you're in bed for a while, the first thing that begins to happen after a while is that part of your body begins to break down because it's not moving, it's not getting fresh air and stuff like that. But if you're taking good care of your skin preventatively, the chances of that happening are a lot lessened. Also, self-care helps with your emotional resilience. You want to self-care fosters, your emotional stability because you're taking care of yourself. And if you're taking care of yourself, your emotional resilience is much better. If you're not taking care of yourself, everything that happens, it's just, you're just a wreck. I'm speaking from experience of when I didn't take care of myself. When things would happen, I would always end up getting sick or something like that. But when you're taking care of yourself and making your self-care a high priority, that changes. Also, a stronger immune system. Eating healthy, exercising, fresh air, getting rest, that is going to help your immune system. And we're heading into a season, we're still in that season of flu and viruses and other things that are going on. Plus, as we get older, we want to make it a priority to make sure that we're eating the things to enhance our immune system. Also, believe it or not, embracing your self-care can help strengthen your sense of worth. Okay. You're taking care of you, you're feeling better, and you feel better about yourself. You have a deeper, what's the word I want to say? Self-compassion. Self-compassion is huge. And I think it's something that we don't do enough about because we keep falling into that realm of, well, isn't that conceited or selfish or, thinking about me or narcissist? It's none of those things. It's healthy. Being compassionate with yourself is healthy. And also, when you are making self-care a high priority, it's kind of like a renewal spiritually. Because as you find out more and more things that you might want to incorporate into your self-care, you might incorporate things like more meditation, more prayer, maybe aromatherapy, maybe you're getting out and connecting with nature or forest bathing like Robin has talked about. It's amazing how when you make your self-care a priority, things begin to change in terms of how you look at yourself, how you feel, and also, most importantly, things begin to change and get more healthy in terms of your relationship with others. So I just wanted to mention that. And I also wanted to say that starting Monday in the group, we're going to be having Make Yourself a Priority Challenge. And I posted the link in the chat there where you can go to sign up. Because if you sign up for the challenge, you just don't have to belong to the group to get the information. It'll come directly to your email. And that way you will get the information. Plus, you'll get the workbook that goes with it. There's a workbook that goes with it to kind of help you to begin that process of making yourself a high priority. It starts on Monday, and every day you'll get a challenge or something to focus on, something to journal about, and also something to be grateful for. Because I think gratitude is all in that when it comes to self-care. The other thing I wanted to say, to start your new year off right, we've got some really great workshops coming up. And we have one today called, let's see, I'm reading right now. It's at 11 o'clock today, Food and Fitness Simplified, Vibrant Living for 50 Plus. So the way you can see it is you can go into the website and sign up for it, because if you register for it, you will get a replay and the recap notes. Or you can watch it stream live in the group. Okay. Now, if you are a member of the Vibe Wellness Woman Network, then there's a section where you can always go to take a look at all of the workshops and all of the recaps. And we're adding some really exciting things moving forward. In fact, I don't know if I can pull it up or not. I don't know if it's been published yet or not. But we're going to have a cooking club. Healthy food cooking club, yes. And I believe it starts on the 27th. But I am so excited about it because we're going to be, if it's an extra $19 a month in addition to your monthly to the group, and you can cancel it anytime, just like with the membership. But the interesting thing about it is that you will be getting 4 sessions with coaches to ask questions and things like that about food and nutrition. And I think this is really important, for those of you who are worried about losing weight, concerned about maintaining your hormonal balances, have dealt with anxiety and depression, or just don't know what to eat as you begin to age. This course, this food club is going to really, really help, because it really is all about what you put in your mouth. Bottom line.
Yeah.
Bottom line. And behind all of that, of course, is your mindset, because many times what you put in your mouth has to do with what's going on with your mindset. And we talk about those things in the food club, the mindset and the nutrition and what kinds of things you want to be eating when you're going through certain kinds of things. So, and the other thing that's good news this is my last thing. The membership for the rest of this month is only $19 a month. $19 a month. Okay. And if you sign up this month, and that will be your price for the rest of the year. And so if you get that and you get the food club for $38 a month, you're getting a lot of great information from the workshops and the courses. And also, we're going to have monthly challenges. Every month, we're going to have a challenge every single month. This month is the self-care, make yourself a high priority. I don't know what's going to be next month. I haven't decided yet. But there's so many benefits to belonging to the Vibe Wellness Woman membership. The whole idea is getting the information, and then knowledge is power, and then acting on that knowledge, getting powerful and deciding what things you want to incorporate. Because everything that's on there is not for everyone, but I just want you to have the information from experts that represent 300 years of experience in working with women. We have doctors, we have therapists, we have holistic doctors, naturopaths, we have nutritionists, fitness people, a relationship expert. I mean, it's just amazing. And Robin, we have someone that specializes in tiny habits, breaking things down. And we also have somebody else who specializes in helping women who have dealt with chronic disease make incremental changes to improve, their situation and hopefully get off some medication. So, I mean, I'm just excited about these women and the gifts that they bring. And I want them to, and going to the workshops is free, cost you nothing to go to the workshop. So all you have to do is go to the vibewellnesswoman.com and sign up for these memberships. And that way you will get all kinds of great information that I know is going to be helpful. Okay, I'm done.
Okay, well, we've been showing your website here. We are enjoying the membership. I look forward to taking the challenge, and I encourage everybody to sign up. We look forward to improving ourselves in 2025. We have about 3 minutes, and I know Robin wanted to share something about our habits, changing our habits and our resolutions. Robin, you want to comment on that real quick?
I do. I want to do a shout out to our coaches on this show because I've got my habits from them. It's
All
like
right.
it's so awesome. So one of them is I'm going to start journaling and showing and being more purposeful about my gratitude
Mm-hmm.
and see how that's going to turn things around for me in terms of my mental health and my mental state. And the other one, Maureen Stevenson introduced this several months ago where she said, prioritize your self-care. That was just a statement she made. And it's exactly where Lynnis started out in this show was prioritize your self-care. And I thought, okay, there's, they almost exactly the same words. And I'm like, okay, that's number one goal is to prioritize my self-care. So I'm very excited about those two habits that I'm going to start. How about you, Terry? What do you have going?
I am going to get back to the habits that worked for me, which were to make sure that I take care of checking in with family, fitness, finance, fun. Okay.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? To take care of those fundamental things. And the main thing I'm going to do is to get back to walking. I said I was going to walk indoors. I didn't walk as much as I should have. My priorities kept shifting because I was doing some caregiving. And there were a number of appointments, like you said, Lynnis, surgeries, things going on. It's like, okay. But yes, this will be my priority to take care of me. Good morning, Dr. Tachi. Happy New Year.
Dr. Tachi, Happy New Year.
New Year. Yes. And so that's what I want to do. I want to rework the things that worked for me.
Mhm.
Some habits are just good habits. You don't have to bring in new ones and overwhelm yourself, people. If you didn't take care of the habits last year, come on, just repurpose them, bring them back. They still work. So
Mhm.
that's what I plan to do.
Awesome. Did you want to share any of yours, Linus? Did you have one that you wanted to?
Well, I do have one when it comes to making my self-care a high priority. That is my one. Last year was great for me professionally and personally, but I had a lot of other people problems going on. I got 4 daughters, and
Well,
6
I can
grandchildren, one
imagine.
on
I
the
got
way.
two, and it's a
It's a lot, and they've recently, one of them recently relocated to Las Vegas. One's in Texas, and one's in Miami, and
wow.
yeah, it was. But you know what? I decided for Christmas, because I couldn't be everywhere at once. And because of so many reasons, they weren't coming here to Sacramento, time off, finances, whatever it was.
Mm-hmm.
And so I had to rest in the fact that God was going to take care of it, that everybody was going to have a good Christmas, and that it was. So for me, for my high priority of self-compassion is not allowing myself to get into the anxiety thing again, and to, let go and let God. After you do all you can, you stand on God's
Having done all
promises
to stand,
and
stand
keep moving
before.
forward. Because if
And
he's done it before, he'll do it again. And that's kind of part of what I'm going to keep reminding myself. And it is working. I cannot tell you. Sometimes it seems kind of harebrained right up to the nth, but even if it's right up to the end, I'm like, that's interesting. Okay, well, let me go do this. Instead of enumerating and getting all anxious and concerned. But I'll tell you what happened for the Christmas real quick. 2 of my daughters, not the one who's pregnant, because she's so pregnant, but 2 of my daughters surprised my daughter in Texas on Christmas Day
nice.
at different times. And I'm going to post the videos because it was just hilarious. My daughter and I knew one was coming. I didn't know the other was coming, because the other that came from Miami, she swore to secrecy, the one that I knew was coming, because she said, Mom will not be able to hold it. She will give it away. But she's right. I gave it away when I was talking to her and told her that the other one was coming. So she was
Oh
right.
no.
But my daughter was so surprised. And I can't not tell you how much joy that gave me to know that 3 of my daughters were going to be together.
And that they're taking care of
Grandchildren.
each other.
Yeah, they all went to Texas to
Because
surprise.
that's a generational gift. And
Yes.
I think we forget about that. You know
Yes.
what I'm saying? The things that we teach our children are going to make them better in the future. And we get to witness it.
Yes. Have faith in that seed that you sprouted and that you planted, because usually it will bear
Exactly.
fruit. It's never when you think it's going to. But that was just a demonstration, because I had said, well, and it was funny too, because I told my husband, there's no point in getting a Christmas tree, because nobody's going to be here. For the first time in 40 years, none of my family will be together for Christmas, because ever since Imani was born, that was one child, so 40 years worth.
Mm-hmm.
And I was working, on a couple of days before Christmas or so, and I could hear something being dragged into the house. And when I looked up there, and there was this huge old Christmas tree, and he said, Lynnis, I know you. He said, we're going to have a Christmas tree.
Oh,
So
It just
that's
makes sense. We can't, we need to do these things for ourselves.
yes,
And
yes.
then I tell you, when I get like that, where I'm concerned about my children, I remind myself, hey, Terry, you need to leave something for Jesus to do. Okay? Everything is not for you to fix.
I love that. It also
Okay?
reminds me of the other one that says, if you want to give God a good laugh, tell him your plans.
You know what I'm saying?
He's like, yeah, right. Okay, whatever.
Yeah.
I
Oh
love
my
it.
God. Well, I think with that, we can really look forward to a great year, a great life, and a better life, because having known one another as well as all of you in our audience, we just thank you for your time, for all that you do. And it's just a blessing to watch you improve day by day, year by year. Thank you again, ladies. Is there anything else you want to share before we go? If not, we just want to say Happy New Year. Guys, be sure to look in on Lynnis's website. We put it up on the screen, and we will put the link in the chat. And with that, touch this out nice. And with that, we want to wish you a great future. Bye bye, everyone. Have a
Bye,
great day.
everybody. Happy
Thank
New
you
Year.
again, Lynnis.
Oh, you're welcome. Bye bye.
Bye bye.